I have been a fan of giant monster movies ever since I was a child. I was watching the Godzilla movies on the Sci-Fi Channel when they did a marathons, and when I was homeschooled and it was one of those kind of days, I would get all my work done in the first like 2 hours, so I could spend the rest of the day just watching giant monster movies. And pretty much ever since then, I have always enjoyed it. I've seen every Godzilla movie. I own a decent amount. I need to buy the rest. I own almost every single Gamera film. I think I'm missing just Gamera the Brave. Um, and I have a bunch of other giant monster movies. Um, and I gotta say, it's just one of my more favorite things. I love those kind of movies. I love monster movies in general, not just not just giant monsters. So I've seen tons of werewolf movies, vampire movies, zombie movies. I like horror movies that have monsters, not like ghosts, not serial killer kind of things. Um, but I'll watch other ones. They're fun, but I like monster movies, and um, most of the time it takes a lot for me to get scared of stuff. Um, but unless there's a really good plot, most other like horror movie stuff, it's kind of like eh. I mean, I don't really like the whole demon possession kind of stuff, and I don't really like ghost stuff because a lot of times people just are like, oh, it's haunted, and then they have to use an exorcism, and it's like, yeah, okay. There's a lot of different myths out there. I know quite a lot of the horror myths, and I shouldn't just say horror myths, but supernatural myths. It's just something that was always fascinating to me. Um, and I've been trying to watch a lot of giant monster movies and review them. And there was a whole ton of them that were on Tubi. Problem here is that the captions stopped working, and I don't know enough Japanese. I only know like 30 words, and that's just because I watched a lot of anime growing up. Um, but I don't know enough to watch the movie and be like, oh yeah, I get it, I get the whole thing. Um, but it's just so I gotta stop the Ultraman Dyna right now until I can figure out why the captions aren't working. And once I can get the captions back on, I'll go back and continue working on that. Um, but yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, I highly suggest the Gamera 90s, the Heisei series. Um, they are absolutely incredible. Um, Godzilla is always a good time. My personal favorite is Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, which was the first Mechagodzilla film, because King Caesar is one of my favorite monsters. The idea of a stone golem that comes to life and starts fighting is pretty awesome. And I really hope the MonsterVerse brings something like that there because I know they were working on, well, with Mechagodzilla that they had some of that kind of ideas in there. Um, but I think that it'd be fun to see that, or King Caesar, or Baragon, who is another one of my personal favorites. And there's a lot of different giant monsters out there. A lot of different ones. Like, I mean, I watched that absolutely terrible, War of the God Monsters, which I never, I don't even know who made it. I gotta look into that. But, it's just, so if there's any giant monster movies you guys think is pretty awesome that I could check out, comment down below so I can watch them and review them. Anyways, have a good day.